Hey guys, welcome to the Off Duty podcast, the one-stop shop where we talk love, work, pleasure, and how we are going to create the lives that we desire.
So, grab a beverage, get cozy, and let's get ready for today's conversation. Hi guys, this is post-production Daniela coming at you, and Penny, because she's here too. And we just wanted to give a little bit of a trigger warning because we are going to be talking about our bodies and all the different things that can come with that, and that might be really difficult.
Yeah, so just be cautious. If this is a subject which is a bit difficult for you, feel free to kind of just not listen, because we all have different relationships with our bodies. And
You gotta take care of you, boo.
First and foremost.
But yeah,
Peace out.
enjoy the episode.
Enjoy.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Danny. How are you? Look at you smiling, cheery, and ready to go.
Girl.
I'm gonna fight with
By
it.
God's grace. And God's grace only.
God's grace and fairness.
Girl.
How are you? How's this week going?
Can it be over already?
I'm so dead.
Not me talk about mindfulness and then also being like, can time just hurry up? Do you know what I mean?
Balance. It's called balance, darling.
It's called having range.
Like, I know you don't know that, but okay.
So, yeah, my week is it's going. Yeah, we're recording on a different day, so this is an interesting experience.
It is so interesting.
But
how do you feel about it?
I'm okay so far. I'm okay.
Day
so
1, day 0.
Going well. Yeah, it's my week's. It's not awful, to be honest. Like it's fine. I'm getting through it. I'm not in like an awful mood. I'm just tired. That's all. But that's hopefully, what's the word I'm looking for? It can be fixed with sleep. Lots and lots of sleep.
Exactly.
So yeah, how's your week going?
Had my weekly mental breakdown.
Right on schedule.
Right on schedule. Do you know what's so funny? I was in the library the other day, and this girl was on the phone, and she goes, "Yeah, I was on the phone to her, and she had a meant to be."
I'm screaming.
I was like, "Is this what the kids are saying nowadays?" Anyway,
no, we're the old ones now. Whoa.
So yeah, I had my weekly meant to be yesterday. But now, do you know, I've got it all out of my system. Now I'm literally just like...
Light as a feather.
Light as a feather, feeling good, brand new. Honestly, today's just been so good.
Love that for you.
Today has been lovely, actually. So yeah. What is it? Range.
No, that's actually funny. That is so funny.
Anyway, what's your fun fact?
I'm glad you got through it.
What other option is there? Please.
That part.
I don't want to get to that point where do you know that when you get so neck deep and you're just like, I don't even have the time to cry. Well, I'm glad I had that time to cry.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true. You let it out. That's important.
Yeah, true. Anyway.
Anywho.
What is your fun fact?
Since this is part 2 of our bodies episode, our bodies episode, I'm gonna carry on the theme of the last episode's fun fact. And I'm gonna tell you about a show that I love.
Not more.
I know.
Not this. I don't have a favorite.
I know you are literally. This has been something you've wanted to know like all of your life. I know that.
Honestly,
that's why I'm here to provide it.
Please, sir.
At the kindness of my heart. I am an avid fan. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I also absolutely love The Legend of Korra. People downplay Korra, and they try to compare the two as well, but like they're not really comparable.
Is she that girl?
She's that Lin Beifong. Oh,
Guys, if you want to follow, if you want to find Danny on Twitter, that's
no, don't do it. I just screamed.
Not you being the loudest you're ever been on the podcast.
Thursdays are looking like a good day.
Oh, okay.
No, but the women in Legend of Korra are just creme de la creme. Like,
Are they giving? Sorry,
they're
stop.
No, they are. No, they are giving. They're really giving. But yeah, there's just a bunch of new news in that like universe, and they're creating like a new series for Avatar Kyoshi. I mean, if you don't know literally anything about this must just be.
The closest thing I have to The Last Airbender is the film, the live action.
No!
Which I also enjoyed. But everybody that loves Avatar.
No, that's actually rude.
I actually enjoyed it.
No, but it's actually awful. Like if you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, I said that so odd, man. Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you watch that show, like it's. I think what I love about animation, like these days, is that it's just, whilst it's they've got that story, it's really cool graphics. They just talk about so much more. They talk about like really, really deep things, and if you guys, if any of you out there, dear listeners, if you love Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you love Legend of Korra, and you are excited about the upcoming new series, there's that. Also, I have not heard anything about the show on Netflix that's coming out. Actually, the live action, because there's live action happening, a new one.
Ooh.
It's a series. Also, just to clarify, I'm Team Zutara, and don't get it twisted. I will fight for them.
I'm screaming.
I am Team Zuko and Team Katara, and I am of the strongest that I can be opinion that the writers and the producers really just made the biggest mistake of the whole show.
Not you spoiling. Spoiler alert.
Well, I didn't say who they end up with.
Oh.
Just not each other, which is what should have happened.
Spoiler.
Anyway.
Screaming.
I love animation and I love that show. And those shows, and the coming shows as well, I'm sure. I
hope Netflix don't mess it up.
I don't have much hope, because more time they'll probably just make it like Riverdale.
Winx Club.
Oh.
Never mind Riverdale.
A moment of silence. Anyway, that is my fun fact. What is your fun fact for this week?
So my fun fact for this week.
Or this episode.
Well, for this week, same thing, same difference. I was in the pool the other day, and I was like, I want to train for a triathlon.
Mood.
So, if you guys see me out here doing a triathlon sometime soon, not soon, but like in like 2 years' time soon, that'll be me. And I'm putting it out there in the world that I'm going to train for a triathlon and actually do it and complete it.
Love that.
So yeah.
What will you be doing? Have you?
Why are you shouting?
I'm sorry.
I just know there's 3 different things that you need to do.
It's fine.
There's swimming. No, I think it's swimming, running, and cycling.
Yeah,
that's what it is, right?
I think so. I didn't know if there was maybe some writing like activities you might be able to do. I don't know. I don't know about triathlons.
I don't listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Between you and me.
Between our two brains, though.
Between the half of one that we're going to share today.
Oh my god.
Honestly.
What is what's your love note for this week as well?
So my love note for this week.
Yes.
It is from the Artidote, and the Artidote also got it from Tumblr.
Of course.
So I thought I'd
Tumblr's the plug, you guys.
Do you know what? I'm gonna have to download it so that I can get more love notes from there, rather than having a middleman.
What's it called? Secondary reference.
Second hand.
There you go. There you go. Got there in the end. Go on.
So, the Tumblr is called I-wrote-this-for-me.tumblr.com, and basically they say, my PIN number is the day of my second grade best friend's birthday. There are people I don't talk to anymore, whose families are still in my prayers. There are shirts that I wear to bed from exes of 8 years ago who are married now with kids, and I haven't found a macaroni salad recipe better than my college boyfriend's mom's. Our lives are made up of so many people, and when people become parts of our lives, some parts remain long after they leave. And in the same exact way, it's comforting to know that there are so many lives where we are still part of that we have no idea about.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
It's so cute.
Super cute.
So cute. And yes, what's your love note?
Super duper cute. My love note is also the antidote. Can you tell we have similar algorithms?
Like,
mine is by someone called Joinus the Brave. It says, "You are
and
not."
I quote, sorry.
No, it is, and it is a quote. You are not a machine. You're more like a garden. You need different things on different days. A little sun today, a little less water tomorrow. You have fallow and fruitful seasons. It's not a design flaw. It is wiser than perpetual sameness. What does your garden need today? And if I could show you the artwork, I wish I could just like push it into your mind's eye. There you go.
Oh, send that to me. That's so beautiful.
Right? I thought it was so beautiful.
Even the quote is so beautiful.
Yeah.
What does your garden need today?
My garden needs sleep and plenty of money. If it's in the form of money trees, I'll take it.
Sleep or money?
Give me that money. If I got money, I can sleep. This love note kind of. So I've been talking a lot about. It's just happened to come up a lot in my life at the moment. And in the algorithm of my life.
Yeah.
This idea of like cycle syncing, and my sister literally sent me a voice note about this yesterday. Just like this idea of adapting our work, our routines around the way our bodies move as like a woman who menstruates, or like as a person who menstruates. Essentially just adapting the routine to that. And my sister was talking about how this lady was talking about redefining what productivity is and stuff like this. So anyway, I say all this to say it made me that love note just seemed really like fitting for like the sort of discussions I'm having at the moment. And I can't wait to have the freedom to do that. And I don't know if maybe freedom is not really what I need to do that, but I can't wait for that to be the case where we just follow our body, we follow the ebb and flow of our cycle.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I can't remember whose podcast I was listening to, and they were saying exactly what you just said, and how our bodies need different things. However, we don't have this awareness unless somebody comes up to you and goes to you, "Oh, this is what your body needs," during such and such a period, such a time. You don't take that into account. I remember my last menstruation cycle. I went and I was like, "Oh, I'm so annoyed at myself. I'm not being able to go to the gym. I'm breaking my routine and whatnot." But I was like, but then my friend was like, "Listen, you should be resting," because I was absolutely exhausted. I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to carry on, and I was wondering why I wasn't as productive as I usually am. But it's because my body literally, physically cannot.
Yeah.
I'm losing so much blood.
And what is productivity?
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
So yeah. Think about it. Think about that,
girl. But you know, sorry, one last point.
Yeah.
I tried to sync my periods or my cycle when I was doing shift work, and that was so bloody hard. No pun intended. No pun intended, actually. And because I was going between night shifts. We were talking about this yesterday. When you go between night shifts and day shifts, and the absolute toll that takes on your body. Yeah. So imagine like oh my gosh, let's not even get into nursing and how you don't get breaks and how you're literally holding in pee for like 13 hours, and also not being able to change your pad. That's the whole thing. But I remember how much I've done, like the damage that I've done to my body from that shift work. Yeah. Who was it? A friend that was like, "Oh yeah, night shifts are carcinogenic." I believe you. I believe you.
Don't gotta tell me twice. I think with like syncing your cycle to like your partner, I guess it has to have some sort of regularity in which you can predict how you're gonna work. And again, I think this is just a conversation like I'm beginning to have with like my friends and people around me. So I don't know, maybe you can do it in a way that is more intuitive. I guess even that thing of intuitive eating, like we were talking about on like Sunday, was it? And how even just the sun being out, everybody has so much more motivation. I don't think this is really related, but I guess I just want to say this.
Yeah, girl.
Everyone just has so much more energy. Like everyone's eating better. Not everyone, but
we are within like the pure algorithm of friends.
Yeah, exactly. There just seems to be more motivation to eat better, to do more, to go outside, to meet up with people, all of that stuff. And it's like the sun's out and people are now also coming out.
Yeah,
and it's like that spring thing that we talked about in like the year compass or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's people who have like positive associations with like summer, and then there's people who also have like the negative things that come out, the negative relationship with it. Yeah. But I definitely agree. For me, for example, when I'm in Uganda, there is not even an inch of sadness in my bones. Because I feel like the sun in Uganda just burns it all out of myself. It just burns it all
Fries it all up.
Fries it up. Honestly. But I love summer. Summer is probably one of my favourite seasons. Beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I love summer. I love fall. I think fall is really beautiful. Anyway, this is not
we're going on the conversation. Anyway.
Anywho. So last episode, we talked about my journey with my body, and we touched on a few themes, a few bits and bobs. And this episode, we're going to explore Penny's journey with her body, and maybe also just talking about a little bit more about how we honour our bodies and our favourite parts of our bodies, and how we would be bad bees now.
Girl. What should we start with? Should we start with our favourite parts that are going to my journey, or should we go into my journey and then go into the favourite parts of our body?
I feel like we should do your journey first and then round it off with the hard hitting.
With the hard hitting, nice on a high note.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you so much for sharing last week, the last episode.
Thank you for listening.
You're very welcome. So similar to you, the journey with the body is it's a wild one. As a woman, it's an interesting one.
It's a mazzoline.
And can almost be an impossible to get to a point where you're actually comfortable with your body. Yeah. But anyway, a few things that kind of stick out to me when I think of like my journey with my body. I just think about like like the all anecdotal parts of like childhood. Yeah. That kind of pop out and it's like, oh, that's stuck in my brain. Hi trauma, hi you. I see what you did there. That was pretty horrible.
That was sad.
That was savage. Do you know, kids are so savage.
Kids are savage.
Do you know? I was in the car park today, and there was this off topic again, but I'm gonna bring it back really quickly. This kid was on a skateboard rolling in the car park, and I was like, this is the stupid things that children do. Because why would you be in a car park on the floor when people are in a car? They're not going to see you on the floor. So what are they going to do? Run you over.
To be clear.
Because on a skate, you're supposed to be stood up on it. Anyway, so some of the things that, something that really stuck out to me, lol, I'm laughing because I know what I'm about to say. So there's a high school friend of mine, not high school, primary school. I remember she went and said to me, "Why do you walk around sticking your bum out?" And do you know what? That's just something that's always stuck with me. I can laugh about it because it's like, it's not that big of a deal. But I was just like, I don't know.
What? You what?
You what? Like, honestly, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Just walk around the opposite way like, on a crab?
Screaming.
Anyway, but with that said, I think I've had a slightly different experiences at the same time. Because, as I was saying, like, I would say I've had the stereotypical body image that kind of like fits the, oh, you're lean, you're small, but then I didn't actually necessarily feel that, even though it fit the societal standards. And I think a big aspect of it was more of, I had that body, but I didn't have the skin to match the body. And so a lot of my experiences have been rooted in, there's been a lot of themes about like the colour of my skin, the darkness, and even like in primary school, I was one of 4 black children, the other one being my brother. One of them being my brother, one of them being the best friend that said I still.
It's a hard knock life for us.
You've just got to laugh because if you don't, somebody please make it make sense.
Oh,
and so growing up, being one of 4 kids in the primary school, my mum would go to Uganda and she'd come back with like lightening creams, and I think I don't have any malice or any like ill feelings towards my mum for doing this to me. More than anything, I feel like deep down she knew how like lightness grants you access into certain spaces, and also it provides you like kind of like a safety net. And so I think that same theme is also replicated in Uganda, because when you look at, say, some of the TV personalities that you'll see, they're really light-skinned women, as they also had that, because within, as you know, like within our family, like I'd say me and one of my other brothers, we're the darkest of like everyone else in the family. But even within like our extended family, there's people who are a lot lighter than us, and when you like within conversation, it'll come up and they'll be like, they'll be in like some kind of high horse because they have like lighter skin than everyone else, and I'm just like, you do you, like you do you. And so I think one of my biggest experiences because of it, it was always feeling that same feeling of being the other, because although my best friend was black, she was a light-skinned black woman, black girl, and I remember I didn't go to my first sleepover until I was like in year 6, when I was about to leave, when I was about to leave primary school. And even with like, so you know how like there's like relationships in primary school, and like there's that whole boyfriend girlfriend things, like there was always conversations about being attractive, and I was never one of the people who was brought up in that conversation. And I kind of just put that to the back of my mind. Like it never really occurred to me that it was something that was an issue until we came like to this topic, because everything that I wrote, everything about this actually came out literally today. I was like, holy crap, this came out of nowhere. But I mean this to say, when we talk about our favourite parts of our body, my favourite part is literally my skin. I love being a dark skinned woman, and I think one of the biggest things that also contributed to me being more comfortable in my own skin and my body and how I appear to others is the pageant, and I talk about the pageant a lot, but again, at the time when I was doing the pageant, I always thought that I was a bigger girl for some reason. Do you know, I was looking back at pictures when I was in the pageant. There was a picture that I had where I looked so unhealthily slim, like unhealthily slim. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But
our minds are just they trick us, but in the same way they trick us, we can use them for good.
100%. And I think with the pageant, I was able to kind of just, and me as a dark skinned girl who thought was big at the time, I was like, how could I have been deemed beautiful?
Right.
Enough, but that's not what they were judging me on. But I was able to kind of just go on this journey of my body and my skin and just show up. And even like while I was out in Uganda and had to kind of deal with people's own colorist like concepts and inner demons, I was able to kind of just sit with the fact that, you know what, I don't have an issue with my skin. Like, I have no issues with how dark I am. I'm the kind of person who, listen, if the sun's out, I am going to go get burnt in the sun because
get this melanin.
Get all of it. Get all of it. And so where I'm at now, so last year I think I came to a head with my body a little bit. And that's not because of my own personal doing, but it's because I gained weight as we're growing. Like, we are growing. I feel like I need to walk around with like a sign to tell people, like, we're all growing. I'm not going to be this infant, young looking child who's going to fit in the same clothes for the rest of her life. And so I think last year it was a lot of constantly having people tell me, you've gained weight. And I'm like, but why is that your business?
What's it to you, darling?
What is it to you? Because why am I supposed to stay a certain size for the rest of my life? Am I not supposed to grow?
Right.
Am I? And the peak of it all was I was in Uganda chilling. I had gone out for food. I can't remember what it was that had happened, but I've gone out for food, started eating a nice meal. Sun was nice. I was having a nice little milkshake. Then this person who I considered like a friend-ish person messaged me and they're like, oh, where are you? And I was like, oh, I'm in such and such a place. Come and meet me. I'm having some food. So they come with this person.
Oh, no.
And I'm literally eating. And they're like, you've gained weight, you know. And I'm like, okay. And I just carry on eating, enjoying my food, because one thing I love food. I love food. You're not going to tell me any different. And so he goes, you've gained, it was a he. That's how you know, like, you know he's going to be just chatting out of his ass crack. He's like, you've gained weight, ignore him. Kind of carry on with it, like, just, I let it slip because I'm like, it's not that deep. Anyway, and then he mentions it again, and then he goes, Penny, you really need to look after your body, you know, you need to go to the gym. And in that moment, I was literally just, I had nothing to say, because I was just like, what the heck? Do you know, I was just left speechless. And I think that was the first time at which, like, I myself could feel that I've gained weight, and I was also reckoning with, like, some of those feelings that come with it, and I always, like, rationalized with myself, like, this is fine, this is normal. But then to have somebody just violently try and put this in my head, not put it in my head, but violently just point it out, and for the first time I kind of just, like, it felt so suffocating, because I remember, like, those, when we were in Boston, these pictures that we took in Boston, like at your sister's wedding, and I felt so big and I felt so heavy. But I was like, I look good, I look great, I feel good.
You look good too.
And then all those feelings just came rushing back, and there's pictures. There's even to this day, there's pictures that I took when I was in New York, and I was like, don't know how I feel about my body, but these are great pictures. But because I was also, like, mentally like, not feeling great, and then this person said this. I don't even know if I ever get to a point where I don't care, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know whether I'd be my truest version trying to, like, post that and show that to people. Anyway, and then so I had multiple incidences where people are bringing up things like, Penny, you've gained weight. I was another incident. I was on my way to the gym, and I bumped into an African auntie. Please tell me why this person literally grabbed my hand, turned me around to kind of like seize me up, and was like, don't add on any more weight. You just need to stay exactly where you are. And I was just like,
where do these people get off?
Where? Because where?
Because what are you doing for me?
How does this help anyone? You, me, like, how does this comment help society?
Did money just appear in your account?
But I feel like we as a, just in general, like, we need to stop commenting about people's bodies.
Yeah.
It is none of our business what is happening with people's bodies. People, for him to literally turn around and say to me, go to the gym. Do you even know I go to the gym? I have been consistently going, like, I don't need to prove anything. Yeah. But this is why, like, I talk about my journey with the gym with regards to, like, I don't weigh myself because I'm just like, I'm not going to try and confine myself to a number, because I know for me what needs to happen, what my body needs is for me to be active. It needs for me to be eating well, and that's what I'm doing, and that's that's the start of the beginning. That's the start and the end of that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, when I go to the gym in the morning, it's part of my routine. I want a routine where I get up in the morning and do A, B, C, D, E. I don't go there because I'm trying to fight with my body, and do you know what I mean? And put my body through all these things.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky I have that relationship with the gym, because it means that I can show up for myself, and not because this person said I was fat or this and that. And of course, there's times where I'm just like, oh, I want to lose weight so I can fit into this. But it's just not that deep.
No.
It's really not that deep.
No. And I think when we have moments like that as well, it's just like remembering that obviously we live in a society where all of this programming is so embedded in everything, medicine, as we talked about, like science, etc., that, and reminding ourselves that healing isn't linear. Like, you go back and forth with it. And ultimately, as long as at the end goal, the end result is that you're reminded of the truth of your truth, of the center of, like, that actually all that matters is that you are active and you're eating well and you're taking care of your body.
Exactly.
And everyone else getting literally so
Girl.
good.
Anywho, but moving on swiftly, where I am now with my body, I love my body. I think my body is so beautiful. I'm one of those people who, like, it's so important to have people who create safety, because I feel like within our friendship, we have created space for us to like, our bodies are, it's not even a thing, it's not an issue. We're just so comfortable around each other that, like, we just
get about
and also when we also fall down into, like, these different rabbit holes, we're able to kind of just pull each other up and be like, actually, your mind is doing a lot to you right now. You have a gorgeous body, you look fantastic, you look sexy, do you know what I mean? Like, we're able to pull ourselves up. And I personally feel like, also, if you are intimate with somebody, make sure that person that you're intimate with honors your body.
Oh my goodness.
And they make you feel safe. Because I think so many people will end up with really immature people. I think that's what they are. They're very immature, that cannot appreciate that bodies are different shapes and sizes. We don't have bodies that people with unrealistic body standards. I love my body. I think my body is beautiful. And even though I have days where I'm just like, oh, I can't stand the face of it, I can't stand looking at it, I'm grateful that I'm able to do every single thing that I do, because I have such a beautiful vessel, and it functions as it should. How about you?
So currently my journey with my body right now is just, it's still ongoing. It's still ongoing. Of course, I still have some issues. Those issues are nowhere near as severe or at the magnitude that they were when I was younger, and I thank God for that. And I love the freedom that my body gives me now. I obviously feel a lot more comfortable in my body. I feel a lot more comfortable in my body. There's this content creator, I guess, She's called, her @ is Simi Moonlight. And the way that she shows up on Instagram and on social media is just so, it just seems so joyful. Like she's just playing around with colors, and she's playing around with all different shapes and sizes of clothes, and it's about like, I don't know, it's fun. It doesn't have to be serious.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to be this big, huge like thing. And actually, with my birthday coming up, I'm trying to find like outfits that I like but also feel good in, because I think sometimes feeling comfortable in an outfit can be sacrificed, I think, for me, for looking like good, or for something looking like a bad B, for example. And what this whole thing has showed me, like my journey with clothes has showed me, is that I just prefer comfort. Not that I don't want to look good. Yeah. Obviously, we all want to look good. But just finding that balance for me. And I think that's, the conclusion is, I'm still finding my balance.
Yeah.
And
it takes time to curate your taste and like finding what it is you want. The things that you want may not necessarily be within like your price bracket just yet. Ooh. And so,
go shout out Hanifa. Girl,
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you when my pay makes sense.
No, yeah.
And it's hard, because the thing is, when you think about fast fashion, it doesn't actually cater, and it doesn't, because the thing is, as much as it's like you're saying that you need to find that balance between looking like a bad B and being comfort, but maybe actually fast fashion hasn't, PLT has not actually accommodated to the fact that to what it is your needs are. Yeah. And it's not you, it's them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So don't even try and carry this.
Let me not internalize it again.
you know, because the thing is, ultimately, being a bad B comes in.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling. Yeah. It's a feeling, and these fast food restaurants, these fast food places.
Fast fashion. I know what you mean.
These fast fashion places. Jesus. Telling you about that spectrum. These fashion. I swear, God. These
PLT and them man there.
PLT and them man there. Like this plus size, this curvy. No.
Bodies.
Curvy body. No, because the thing is, not everybody has an hourglass shape. People have different. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And even the hourglass shape they have is a manufactured one. It's not even a realistic one. So I'm confused even then. Again, these standards.
Anyway.
Still growing.
Still growing. I hope they grow too while we're growing.
Girl. By force, by fire.
By force. Anywho, moving on. Danny, what's your favourite part of your body?
Okay. So. Where to start?
From the beginning.
I love my clavicle area.
Ew.
The whole, like, is it décolletage? Is that the name?
Maybe.
Am I making that up?
Girl, I couldn't correct you if you were.
Okay, with my décolletage. I love that part of myself. It reminds me a lot of my femininity. I love that. I just love that part of myself. I feel really beautiful. I feel really graceful. I feel really confident.
Yeah.
So I love the whole off-shoulder moment. I love just a nice, do you know what I mean? And I love my breasts. So I love, do you know what I mean? Just having them out.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Even me here with my little biscuits.
But I love my breasts. I love my bum. I love my, and do you know the funny thing is that, again, like, sort of with you, these are things that when I was young I literally just wanted to like remove.
Girl,
I wanted to change so much because they were causing me anyway, we've been through it already. But yeah, I love that. I love those parts of myself now. I love my mind. I think I'm a creative person. I can overthink, but what that means is also that I'm a thoughtful person.
Not you.
What do you mean?
That was like, what is it? Bars. Bars. I can overthink, but I'm also a thoughtful person.
Spin it.
Mic drop.
Oh my goodness. And I also really love my heart. I think that I think I seek experiences, and I feel like I have good intention. I know I have good intentions, and although those don't always lead to the best result, because obviously just because you have good intentions doesn't mean the result of the behavior is
doesn't translate
beneficial. Exactly, it doesn't translate all the time, but what that means is that I will always try to learn. I will always try my best, and I come from a place of love, and I love that part about myself. So yeah, I think for now that's all we'll do. Maybe we can make this like another series.
I'm so dead.
But yeah, I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for this vessel that houses me.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite parts,
Girl?
Because I know there's parts, not part.
Yeah. Like I said, my skin. I absolutely love my skin. I've always like had an issue with like my arms, but recently like my nephew will give me the warmest hugs, and I always just think I'm so grateful for my arms because I can hug him and literally just like, do you know that silent conversation that you can give with like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's something special about my arms, as big and just cute and cozy and cuddly as they are.
Lovely.
I love my lips. Oh my gosh, I have such soft lips.
Yeah.
I also have really nice legs. I have great legs.
You have great legs.
Don't try. I'm really not.
Tell me more.
When that woman came over and she was giving me a massage.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, your right leg feels really, really tense. And I'm like,
it's muscle, darling.
It's a muscle, darling. But yeah, I really love my legs. They're just beautiful. Like, there's a way when I put like skirts on, especially short skirts
in the sun, giving
God's gift to mankind.
Skin glistening.
Honestly, like I love, like I keep saying my skin, but yeah. So I have gorgeous hands. I have gorgeous hands, and I've got when my nails are doing crumb. They're also really nice. And yeah, I also like think like I'm a really soft person, although I'm very standoffish and I have a R.
Are you standoffish?
People describe me as like what was the word? What was it? Intimidating, but that's fine.
I find you to be a very warm person.
Aww.
And I think that when one of the things that I see when I like look at you and how you engage with other people is that you are so good at like making people feel comfortable, and it's as you've said when you're talking about this whole intimidating BS, like that is such a personal problem. Like it's such a personal problem.
Oh, thank you.
I speak my eyes.
I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for those kind words.
Thank you. I am grateful for you.
And you know, going back to last and final thing, back to my arms, I'm so grateful for my arms because I've been able to be a nurse, and through that I've been able to like hold so many like beautiful humans, beautiful babies, and oh my god, I will forever like be grateful that I've got to experience such a thing.
Yeah.
I was able to, do you know how people trust you with like their babies and their lives, and being able to do that and being able to not heal babies because I'm not healing them, but like be able to kind of be part of that beginning, those precious moments for somebody. I will forever be grateful that I got to experience that, and so I'm really, really,
I'm gonna remember this every time like I'm beefing my arms. I'm always just gonna remember that I've held so much love within them that if I didn't have them and if they weren't the way they are, they wouldn't have granted me such access.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Thank you. Gosh, that was deep. Anyway.
We are thugging these streets.
Thugs,
Ain't-
gangsters.
Ain't no tears here.
No tears.
Not yet. It's not the schedule breakdown moment.
like 8:55 p.m. Okay.
Screaming. So how do you honor your body?
That's a toughie because I do be doing some mad stuff.
Listen.
Still.
Healing is what? Not linear. Just a reminder.
So
Gentle reminders.
honoring my body. So like I said, I stopped weighing myself because I didn't feel like that was really serving me.
Yeah.
I also stopped drinking alcohol last year because I think I got alcohol poisoning in Uganda.
Had to be Uganda if it was going to be anywhere.
You know what I mean? And do you know what, people say that it's hard, like, don't get me wrong, I miss me some rosé and everything else, but I think it's been really good for this period of time that I've took a step off it. I don't know whether I'll drink alcohol again, but as of right now, probably not. But it's been nice to just kind of give my body a little bit of respite. To be fair, I couldn't be dealing with alcohol and also anxiety and depression and the whole thing.
Well, I'm doing it.
I'm screaming! That's strongest warrior.
Apparently.
And yeah, and I drink lots of water. And I try.
I wish you could. Like, I was going to say.
I try to mind my own business.
That is, it's, do you know what, that is, it's so funny that that's where you landed with that. That is so hilarious.
Are you screaming?
I am indeed. Oh my goodness.
No, I actually do mind my own business, like, that's a joke.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. Danny, how do you honour your body?
The way I honour my body is I do a lot of small things, as we all do. I used to have this really bad habit, and to some extent I still do. It's just kind of, I guess, manifesting in a different way. But I used to, like, especially in like university, I used to like just struggle with low mood like really badly, and so maybe I'd like be in bed and I wouldn't have that motivation, or I wouldn't have, for one reason or another, I didn't do the things that I had wanted to do that day, whether that was assignments, or was like going to class, tidying my room, whatever small task it could have been. And so like what my process would be is that or you haven't done that, or you don't need to eat then, or you can wait to eat till tomorrow. And so I think now I just try to eat, and I try to eat when I'm hungry, and obviously I'm not always successful in this because of one reason or another, but I try to eat when I'm hungry, and I try to use the loo when I'm hungry, because I think
Use the loo when you're hungry. Hang about.
hang up, there you go.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. And I've just been, I just, sometimes it just makes me really sad, like just how cool I have been with myself, and how how cool I have been with myself. And it's like that thing that we talked about last week, that thing about Colette just said about how our bodies have literally never, as much as the many things I've done to myself, like my body's always been there, and it's still there, it's still here now. Like it's like it's almost like the ultimate like show of love, like it's never left. And that's, as someone who struggles a lot with feelings of fear of like being alone and like abandonment and stuff like that, like my body's literally, it's never left.
Yeah.
It's never ever left me, and I'm gonna cry.
Oh. And do you know what's so interesting? Your favourite part about you is your mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes your mind, you also love it so much, but sometimes your mind also it lets you down, and
Lets me down,
that
yeah.
Hansel and no, it's not Frankenstein. Oh, it's that two sides of the same coin where like it honours you, but at the same time it can also be your worst enemy.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
a deep love story.
It is. It's a tragic one, but one that hopefully, and in the name of Jesus, amen, will end well.
Do you know what's a testament to you and like a testament to your body? It's like, even though like you went and literally got moved from like a whole complete different country, shocked your body like into like the most craziest experience of its life.
Yeah.
Despite it all, you're still alive and you're healthy, and you're first of all at personification of beauty and like all these things, and it just
yeah.
love you, kid.
I love you.
Love you, kid.
And I love you, body.
I love you, body.
Tell your body you love
Let's
it.
say it all together. I love you,
body.
Let's actually be serious.
Wait, I'm not even done. I'm not done.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
going
so
to finish
sorry.
quickly. So yeah, I try to eat more. I try to drink more water. I try to sleep a little bit earlier. I try to say nice things about my body when I'm like, especially when you're feeling like really self-deprecating and you might not even believe it, but it's just having that other voice to try and counteract it in some way, so you're not just completely in belief of these like really negative thoughts. And as someone who internalizes a lot, also I think the way I honor my body is like really trying to understand that mind-body link and expressing like my feelings more, and that thing we were talking about last episode of just trying not trying to stop that cycle of the negative manifesting in the physical. Because I am someone who holds a lot of stuff in, and like I struggle to like share things sometimes, and I'm just trying really hard to just vent that more, like vent those feelings more and not hold them within. I hold my anxiety in my stomach, and so my stomach can hurt a lot because of that, but yeah, that's also part of how I try to honor myself by talking about my feelings.
Oh, that's really beautiful.
Oh, not the snort.
I'm screaming.
But yeah, like
there are so many. I hope people can share with us like how they also honor their own bodies, because there's so many different ways in which you can do it. And we can only grow by sharing, and hopefully also saving somebody as well by sharing.
Yeah. Let that be a love note for this week.
There's so many little things that I've heard you say. I was like, oh, that's a good love note.
Speaking of love notes,
not even love notes. The lazy person's guide to save
Oh,
all the world.
really?
Look at them both. Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. But I think what a beautiful conversation. I don't even know, like, do you know, I'll conclude with, do you know when we watched, was it Good Luck Leo Grande?
Oh yeah.
That was such a beautiful film. Such a beautiful film.
It really was.
What was it? Emma
Thompson.
Emma Thompson. She gave, absolutely gave.
And that man, also he was so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
So beautiful.
That it was a pretty beautiful story. Like
That's another one of you lazy person's guided things to add.
Should I make a little watch list?
Oh my goodness, I dare you. Amongst all the other things I want to make.
Should I?
Do you not have a book club, a watch club,
girl? Do you know what? On the Evolving Kind, I do have a section where I called it the Reviewing Kind, where my intention was to just review a bunch of random stuff on there, like just things that I find that I enjoy, so books, shows, films, etc. And maybe I'll just do it like that.
You will. You're gonna. You know the first one that's gonna be on there, Little Mermaid.
And that brings us to our action points to saving
The world.
Literally, guys, my action point for this week, for this episode is get yourself.
Yes,
I'm speaking to you. Get yourself a ticket and go and watch The Little Mermaid, the new one with Halle Bailey, and just support the thing.
Yeah. Listen.
Representation matters. And those little black girls that are going to see themselves as princesses.
Do you know,
for myself,
girl,
I'm going to be bawling because first of all, I love the Little Mermaid music, and I love Halle Bailey, and I've watched her and her sister, like I've been like on their YouTube since they were young, as in like before they were Chloe X Halle, like they were on YouTube doing their covers. And also, it's such a testament to just like sticking with the things that you love and like just following your heart, following your passions.
Because the universe will actually reward you. I'm also, maybe not the musical aspect of it, but let me tell you, in my past life, I was a mermaid.
Period.
And
no one could tell you different.
No, and you know how your 30th birthday is gonna be? Is it the Winx Club? No, it's not the Winx Club.
The Mew Powers.
The Mew Powers.
It was all one thing, yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
My 30th birthday, we're all coming as mermaids.
Period.
All of us.
Period.
And so, no Little Mermaid slander will be tolerated.
Yeah.
Even if the animation is doing scrum, you better watch it at least 2 times and just see it again. If it wasn't making sense the first time, it probably will the second time.
And if it doesn't, mind your business.
Like, drink water, honor your body, and mind your business.
Yeah, guys, watch The Little Mermaid. Honestly, I'm so excited for it. And it's coming out 2 days after my birthday. I'm very excited.
Period.
Period. Anywho, what is your action point for this week?
Mine has gone blank. Please tell me I wrote it down. Okay. My action point is have a social media free day. Listen, rest those thumbs. No scrolling.
Not the fun. Nah, actually respect us.
Am I lying?
No, you're not.
Just have a social media free day. Go outside. Listen. Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for listening. It has been such a wonderful conversation with you, Danny.
Thank you. It's been lovely speaking to you.
Thank you. I hope people have enjoyed. Please do. Let's continue this conversation. Send us emails. We are going through. We have so many emails. These are notifications. But we will get through all of them.
We'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Like, we are trying here. We are trying. Okay.
We're just swimming in mail.
That we need to unsubscribe from, but that's not the point, okay?
Oh, God.
Honestly.
But on that note, our Gmail is
I'm screaming.
offdutypodsubmissions@gmail.com. We've got Twitter and Instagram as @theoffdutypod on both platforms.
We are very quiet on our Twitter, so don't take offense.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of. It's popping off on our Instagram. It's actually popping off.
It is.
But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Catch you guys on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.
Ciao.